It's there, beneath the stench of this place. You can sense it.
There are things even you should fear, horseman. Once you were strong, but now you are weak and you are alone. I can grant your every wish. Can you restore the balance? The Destroyer knows of your coming. Even now, he moves his legions against you. Then I'll make this quick.
Helgon, to arms!
Slay him! Perhaps we can strike a deal. You won't like my terms. War. Are you here to play executioner?
My strength came from them. Alone, I'm worthless.
I want you for a lifetime. So if you're gonna
Make ready to return fire!
Aye, aye.
I don't wanna
What matters is I'll be here.
Any chance you could help us one last time?
His heart and his mind are made up. Now believe in him.
Nos héros visitent plusieurs univers plus ou moins durs. On a cette vie noble, seigneuriale. Derrière, on va avoir la réalité d'un champ de bataille, on va avoir la réalité d'un village du XIVe siècle, on va avoir l'Inquisition et sa structure hiérarchique.
He is with us.
Very good.
Ouais, au niveau des environnements, en fait, là encore, on a voulu rester le plus cru possible. Avoir un spot quelque part qui éclaire la scène, garder des sources de lumière très crues pour retrouver une touche à la Vermeer, par exemple, Bruegel, on pensait à ça aussi. Proche de ce qu'on pense, en tout cas une partie des joueurs vont aimer et recherchent aujourd'hui. On a fait aussi un jeu auquel on aurait aimé jouer nous-mêmes.
The weapon of choice of the Black Prior is the sword, but their iconic kite shield is where the true foundation of their technique of battle lies. Their armor is comprised of leather, black steel, and cast iron. The more experience you gain as a Black Prior, the more options you will have to customize. What you choose will tell your story. The Black Prior is part of the heavy class and considered a defensive specialist. Their shields allow for a range of options to deal with incoming attacks, whether it be from one opponent or multiple. Their bulwark stance lets them confidently fend off attacks from opponents, while their bulwark counter, a new move mechanic, counters any type of melee attack. The Black Priors take on the protector role in group fights. With their defensive qualities, they become extremely survivable, helping their teams hold capture areas effectively in both Dominion and Breach. This extends to their feats, as they serve the purpose of survivability to allow not only you as a player, but your whole team to stay alive. By using Sinister Shield, you sacrifice your own HP to a teammate in need. The last feat you unlock as a Black Prior is Umbral Shelter, which grants a shield to all teammates in your range. Vortiger begins January 31st, and so can begin your legacy with the Black Prior. See you on the battlefield.
The battle is hard fought. I hope for my cavalry to break through on the right flank while I attack two other entrances simultaneously. Jarbur is smart and uses his ranged infantry to brutal efficiency. I win, but by the skin of my teeth. My army looks very much worse for wear. Our decision to starve them out was well placed, and their lack of supplies as a town saw them in bad shape to begin with. The battle goes smoothly as they are stretched too thin to secure all the entrances of this copper mine town map. I use my cavalry to my better advantage and put this to bed pretty quickly. He takes the bait. My one advantage during this battle is that I now have a rank 4 strategist. Not only does he bring some much needed ranged variety to my army, but he also unlocks all specialist formations for every single unit that has them. As an encampment gives us something defendable to work with in this battle, we're going to push our advantage and buy our archers the time they need to put every single arrow they have into the enemy, while I push out with our renowned Chiang shock cavalry and rush the flanks.
After a pit stop at the Ackerd Oil gas station, the survivors came back with a note mentioning Tanner, the man with information on how to reach Patterson at Capitol Hill. The trail leads us to an old supermarket, Appletown Organic. In this new episode, Enemy of My Enemy, we stop for some supplies and get one step closer to finding the mysterious Tanner. Appletown Organic was once a wholesome supermarket where everything was locally grown and free from additives. The face of their mascot, Apple Andy, was well known across Georgetown. But today, nobody cares if their milk is organic. People only care about survival and not dying of starvation. When the outbreak hit Georgetown, Appletown Organic became one of the many government FCMA camps that held quarantined people. It didn't take long, however, before the supermarket was overrun as people fought for food and water. Many came, few left. You don't have that many paths to enter Appletown Organic. This location requires a head-on approach and is a place where close-quarter combat can't be avoided. You'll have to be prepared for anything, because the dangers of Appletown Organics are lurking between the aisles and hidden down dark corridors. You need to improvise to survive. Appletown Organic attracts all manner of scavengers and survivors. Of course, walkers are drawn to the place due to the activity and noise, but the brigade is also there in full force. Because where there are supplies, there's going to be a fight. Enemy of My Enemy, Episode 3 of Season 2, comes with a new story.
The world of Metro Exodus has been handcrafted to reward player exploration. Every location you'll find has a story to tell, from a long-forgotten nuclear bunker to a tiny hamlet hiding dark secrets, to an ancient church transformed into something sinister. You won't find pointless fetch quests or busy work in Metro's vast open levels. Every objective is narrative-driven and woven seamlessly into the main story. We give you a map, a compass, and the freedom to think for yourselves. It's up to you to discover the hidden stories of the wasteland. In Metro Exodus, survival is everything. You'll be roaming the wilderness, battling mutated beasts, hostile factions, and the deadly environment itself. Artyom must hunt for resources, stripping corpses and searching interiors, while new crafting mechanics allow you to construct the gas mask filters and medkits needed to survive. Environmental hazards like anomalies and toxic zones, and dynamic weather including electrical storms, combine to create a dangerous world. Camps and outposts allow you to rest and replenish your strength, and offer more advanced crafting options. Dynamic day-night cycles transform the game world. Dare you venture out in the darkness where mutants are at their deadliest, or wait until daylight and risk meeting patrols of enemy factions. Artyom's incredible journey is made possible by the Aurora, a gigantic steam locomotive that acts as the player's home and base of operations. The Aurora will be your safe haven, a place to bond with distinctive characters, or delve into the deep lore. Storytelling is at the heart of Exodus. Your decisions will have consequences on the story, depending on the way you choose to play. This is a world to get lost in. From the combat to exploration and survival, Metro Exodus is a singular, immersive experience. See you in the wasteland, Spartan.
1941, 8:10 a.m. at Le Havre. The war is still going on between Axis forces and Allied forces in the seashore of France. Bandits on 12 o'clock.
Damn it. That's what I was telling everyone. Their recruits are nothing but stupid heads.
We're heading to Dover.
This place has been dead for ages. Yet the grim city continues to take lives. Listen, everyone. Prepare for battle. Fire! They ran into something completely unexpected. Stand back! Even the most experienced fighters couldn't survive. Run for cover! Attack! What the hell was going on here? Well, of course. It's Blackwood. This time, they've outdone themselves. It's surrounded by the smell of death. Only by sticking together do we have a chance to survive. Move in! Sometimes, your sense of duty leads you to fights which you're simply not prepared for.
The latest addition to the SMG lineup, the Bizon, is coming to PUBG this update. Right at home in its Eastern European origins, this weapon is exclusive to Erangel and Vikendi. The Bizon comes with a massive 53-round default capacity and full auto option, and is best suited for quick and accurate sparring in close range. Because of the unique helical magazine that runs along the barrel, this SMG doesn't support magazine upgrades or lower rail attachments. However, the weapon has high firing stability built in, which allows for low recoil even without a grip. With only a muzzle and sight attachment to add, you'll have a fully kitted and reliable short-range weapon in your hands faster than ever before. The Bizon is also quieter and more agile than other SMGs, though its overall damage per second is lower than a UMP and Vector. Still, its large magazine and reduced sound will have you covered in situations that call for a quick sneak attack in close quarters. If you find yourself in a hot drop situation with enemies closing in on you, have a go at the Bizon and spray your way to victory.
Our work is just beginning. We're going to try to take down an old mother. We're planning something big. Something dangerous. When the time comes, that welder, can we count on you?
When I was a kid, I was afraid of the dark. Couldn't even sleep with the lights off. I used to think that monsters were hiding there, waiting to hurt me. My mom said I had nothing to fear, but the feeling was always there. The unease when the lights went out. But now I see she was wrong. Monsters are real, and I shouldn't be afraid of the dark.
When I was young, our dream was to go to the stars. And so we tried, gave our best. And in the end, we made it into space.
Greetings, Commander. You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms. To increase the size of the ship and to forge weapons, we need to gather resources. In the current quadrant, we have identified more than 300 planets that we can explore and harvest. Alpha 1 is a dangerous quadrant. Even the bravest pioneers will need top-tier weapons and defenses to survive this endeavor and to lead the Genesis mission to success. Your ship is like an ark, and the crew is the most important part of your endeavor. No crew, no Genesis. Improve the crew's DNA and treat them properly, and they will grant success of your mission.
Best commanders were chosen to lead these starships, and like myself, you are one of them.
choices you make will impact how the game plays out. You must prioritize between acquiring resources, gaining a faction's trust, or adding a new member to your crew. But choose carefully. Every path has consequences. Supporting a faction by performing missions will grant access to weapons. But you can't be everywhere, so aligning yourself to one faction could mean the downfall of another. Along the way, you'll meet a diverse cast of characters. They include pirates, mercenaries, and even a sentient artificial intelligence. Each have their own beliefs, which might not always coincide with your own. Like-minded individuals may unlock new abilities, so you'll need to figure out if changing hearts and minds is worthwhile. Sensates, people who manipulate matter and space through an ability called the Sixth Vowel, are among the most unique in the galaxy. They can channel their powers into martial arts moves, often with devastating results. But some prefer to keep their distance using high-powered weaponry. Choosing to engage with enemies up close or from afar will be critical to the success of your mission, as will strategically maneuvering your squad and using their unique abilities to get the upper hand in a fight. But always keep in mind that situations may change at any time, and one wrong move could mean disaster. Strategy and tactics are everything. Good luck, Captain. It's up to you to save humanity from extinction.
On the other side of imagination, there lies Operencia, a world where reality embraces fantasy, where dreams foretell destinies, where history meets legend. I hail from this land, and I have a story to tell.